Amaka thought dating a billionaire would change her life, but when she woke up to maggots coming out between her legs, she realized she made a terrible mistake. Once upon a time lived two beautiful ladies, Amaka and Ngozi. These two girls are good friends and they just got admitted into the University of Lagos State. They rented an apartment together and became roommates. Amaka is from a rich home while Ngozi is from a struggling family. They went to class together and did everything together as they studied the same course. Amaka and Ngozi soon made friends with their coursemates. And this was where it all started. Amaka is an outgoing person. She likes to explore. But Ngozi is an introvert. The girls became friends with the hottest girl in class, Blessing. Blessing became friends with them because of Amaka. She likes the fact that Amaka is a classy babe. She started inviting the girls over to parties and clubs, which Ngozi declined, but Amaka would gladly go all the time. Amaka was very curious to know how Blessing gets to live a luxurious life. She has heard lots of people say Blessing is not from a rich family. So how does she get all of these riches? Even she, who is from a rich family, doesn't live large like Blessing. Blessing wore expensive and classy dressings only. She carried only designer bags, Fendi, LV, Gucci, and so on. Blessing was that girl. And Amaka desperately wanted to be like her. Her parents are rich, but they don't spoil her and give her all these things. Ngozi would always warn Amaka to be careful. They just got into the university and she's everywhere. But Amaka would ignore Ngozi and call her boring. One day, Blessing invited Amaka to her house. And Amaka was so shocked to see the mansion Blessing lives in as a fresher in the university. "Girl, you need to tell me where you get all these things." Amaka said, "I will. That is why I invited you over today." Amaka was very excited. And Blessing revealed the secret to her. "I go out with sugar daddies and they pay my bills." Amaka opened her mouth, shocked. Sugar daddies? Blessing is just 20 and she's dating sugar daddies. Amaka thought to herself, yes, they give me this lifestyle. This house is not rented. I own it. And it was given to me by one of them. All of my designer bags and shoes were bought by them. My expensive lifestyle is sponsored by them. All you have to do is spend time with them and, do the do. Blessing said. Amaka understood everything perfectly but was silent. Blessing continued and told her that she has a new billionaire sugar daddy that is ready to pay, and she wants Amaka to be with him. Amaka was surprised. She told Blessing she'll think about it and went home. When Amaka got home, she couldn't tell Ngozi because Ngozi will tell her not to do it, but she also wants to live a luxurious lifestyle like Blessing. She wants to be wearing designer and living large, and so she decided to do it. Blessing took Amaka to the club where so many sugar daddies were with so many young ladies. Blessing introduced Amaka to them, and they were impressed. Amaka looked so beautiful. She met the man. He should be around the same age as her dad, or he should be older. Amaka thought to herself, well, anything for this baby girl lifestyle. The man started spoiling Amaka. He got her expensive things and even bought a duplex for her. Amaka didn't move in there. She didn't want to be questioned by Ngozi, and so she didn't move there. Amaka started doing the do with the man, Al-Haji, as she would always call him, until one day when she got the biggest shock of her life. She woke up and was having stomach ache. She went into the toilet and saw that maggots were coming out from down there. Amaka was shocked to see maggots coming from down there. It was meant to be a period. But what is this that she's seeing? She was so scared. This is not a medical case, she said to herself. She called the attention of Ngozi to come, and Ngozi almost vomited seeing the maggots. Amaka, what is this? Why are you holding so many maggots in your hands? This is unhygienic, Ngozi said. Amaka replied, saying she was having stomach ache. She went to the toilet to ease herself and she saw this. Ngozi was shocked. Are you sure of what you are saying? Ngozi asked. She looked at the floor and she saw so many maggots. Amaka took a seat and had a serious conversation with Ngozi, where Ngozi asked her if she knows what caused this. Deep down, Amaka knows it might have something to do with Al-Haji. She didn't tell Ngozi. She just told her that she's going to the hospital to find out what the matter is. And Ngozi kept telling her it can't be a medical case. But Amaka ignored her and rushed to the hospital. Ngozi was so surprised and said, I hope nobody used juju on Amaka. I warned this girl. Oh child. Amaka headed to Blessing's house. When she got there, she started crying, telling Blessing what happened to her. But instead of being shocked or concerned about this revelation, Blessing saw it as normal and said, "And so, what is there? It's not just ordinary maggots you're seeing. You better calm down and stop crying. When you chop money, you must know what it is." Amaka was so shocked listening to what Blessing has to say regarding her predicament. "Blessing, why are you talking like this now? I just told you that maggots came out from down there instead of my period, and you are here saying it's nothing." "I know it has something to do with me being with Alhaji." Amaka started crying, regretting knowing Blessing. Ngozi warned her, but she never listened. As she was sitting and talking to Blessing, she could feel the maggots under her. Blessing revealed that maggots also come down from her. She said Alhaji and his friends are ritualists, and this is what happens to the girls that he gets intimate with. Amaka was very angry at Blessing for not telling her this before getting her into this mess. She was very angry and went home. She told Ngozi everything. Ngozi consoled her and told her everything will be okay, but the maggots kept coming out every time she was to see her period. Amaka thought long and hard and decided to continue going out with Alhaji, since not seeing him does not stop the maggots from coming. Instead, it got worse, and she was getting broke. People even started gossiping, saying Amaka is not a classy babe since she stopped being friends with Blessing. Amaka met with Alhaji, who told her that he thought Blessing told her the consequence of getting intimate with him. She told Alhaji she didn't know, as Blessing did not tell her. Alhaji felt sorry for her and bought her a car as an apology. Amaka was so greedy. She took the car and continued being a sugar baby. She went back to being friends with Blessing and moved out of the room she was living in with Ngozi. Ngozi warned her, but she ignored her. In all of this, Ngozi never revealed the secret to anyone. Amaka and Blessing were the hottest girls on campus. They were living a luxurious life, and people kept hyping them, saying, "God, when?" They kept seeing their sugar daddies until Amaka fell in love with a very handsome guy who found out about her maggot secrets. Amaka fell in love with Chinedu, and he found out about her maggot secret. Amaka and Blessing kept cruising town in their respective cars. They were living the best life, traveling for vacations. They owned their various estates, and all this was sponsored by their various sugar daddies. As at this time, they were in 300 level. Ngozi focused on her studies, and luckily for her, she got into a relationship with a tech guy who takes care of her. Ngozi would stop Amaka every time she saw her in class and tell her to stop what she's doing with Blessing, but she never listened. She even stopped going to classes because of Ngozi. Amaka is from a rich home, but her greediness is on another level. Her parents noticed she doesn't ask for money from them anymore, and she says she works in school and she wants to be independent, which is why she isn't asking for much, and they praised her for it. She kept getting intimate with Alhaji even if she didn't like it. Alhaji disgusts her, but because of the money, she stayed. One day, Amaka was leaving the hotel where she met Alhaji when she saw a very handsome guy. She was admiring his beauty, and the guy seemed interested in her too. The man walked up to her and introduced himself as Chinedu. They exchanged contacts, and this was when their love story began. The guy was very serious with Amaka, and Amaka was madly in love with him. She wished she met him sooner and gave him her time, love, and everything. They went on several dates and did everything together. Amaka was totally obsessed with Chinedu. She was even considering breaking up with Alhaji all for Chinedu. She wanted to be with just him. Blessing warned her against this and told her of the consequences of getting intimate with someone else while seeing Alhaji. The consequence is a very bad one, and so Amaka decided to break up with Alhaji. She told him about breaking up with him, and he begged her and bribed her with a private jet. Amaka's greediness made her stay with Alhaji. Meanwhile, Chinedu was getting suspicious of Amaka, the riches and lavish lifestyle, and the fact that they've been dating for 7 months and Amaka doesn't want to do with him. She isn't a saint, so he was suspicious of her. Chinedu eventually got intimate with Amaka after so much persuasion. He told her he would leave her if she doesn't, and that would be the end of their relationship. Amaka didn't want to lose Chinedu, and so she forgot about the consequence at that moment and did it. The next morning, Chinedu woke up to a terrible smell coming from Amaka's part of the bed. He went closer and saw tiny maggots on her. He woke her up and showed her the maggots, and Amaka was shocked. "Oh no," she screamed. "It isn't time for her period and she's seeing the maggots. It is unusual." And so she ran to the toilet. As she was running, maggots kept falling. Chinedu was shocked and confused. Amaka stayed in the toilet for hours thinking of what to tell Chinedu, and she decided to come clean. She told Chinedu everything, thinking he would stay with her, but Chinedu ran away, leaving her and breaking up with her over a text message. Amaka was devastated. Soon, Amaka started getting thin. She was rapidly losing weight. Blessing thought she was thinking a lot because of Chinedu and that's why she was losing weight. But she kept losing so much weight till she looked like a broom. She checked medically, and nothing was wrong. Alhaji noticed this and asked her to tell him the truth if she got intimate with someone else. She was shocked. How did they know? She said to herself. Alhaji said if she did, she has to say the truth because the way she looks so thin and looks sick is the consequence of getting intimate with someone else. Amaka started crying and told Alhaji everything about Chinedu. Alhaji told her that unfortunately, she will die for going against the rules. Alhaji broke up with her, and the deal was off. Blessing cut all ties with her, and so she was left all alone. Amaka had no choice but to tell her family everything. They tried everything, but nothing worked. She was so thin until she passed away. The end. Please like and subscribe to this channel Tales by Mex for more interesting stories like this. Tell me how you feel about the story in the comment section. I'll make sure to reply you all. Thanks for watching.